Midlife is when our bodies respond differently. What we could what we could once bounce back from in a day now sometimes takes us a week or maybe two. And in this episode, we will learn about restoration, not restriction. Let's begin with a small check in. Take a slow, deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Now, if you were to describe how your body is feeling in this 1 week in one word, what would that be? Heavy, tired, bloated, low energy, peaceful but drained? Just observe yourself. No guilt, no self criticism, only gentle awareness. All right, let's start our journey home. Back to your hormonal balance, back to your natural rhythm. See, our hormones are like musicians in an orchestra. Each has its own rhythm, timing, and tune. When one instrument goes offbeat, the whole music changes. During festivals, everything in our internal orchestra shifts. We eat late, sleep late and less, laugh more, cry more. Our days are filled with sound, movement, and emotion. It's beautiful, but also intense on our nervous system. Here's what's really happening inside. Your circadian rhythm gets disrupted because the body clock loses sync. We sleep late or sleep for less number of hours. This impacts our melatonin and our sleep hormone. Then your cortisol also undergoes shift. There is dysregulation. All this planning, cooking, socializing, all of this adds stress, tiny doses of stress on your body. Cortisol level goes up, stays high, leading to bloating, fatigue, and even sadness after festivals ends. Then your insulin also goes haywire. The sweets, the carbs, the snacks, they all push your insulin levels up and down, create mood swings and cravings. Then your progesterone level drops. All this alcohol, sugar, they reduce the progesterone efficiency, leading to the PMS like mood dips or irritability. Your gut microbiome also goes haywire. Heavy foods, less fiber, then all of these affect your body, lowering immunity and increasing bloating. So, our hormones are rhythmic. When the rhythm breaks, the balance breaks. The joy of festival nourishes your heart. Now, rest afterwards must nourish your hormones because resting is not about absence of productivity, it's the very foundation of it. Especially in midlife, rest is your body's most powerful healing tool. So, this week, let's restore the music inside, one note at a time. Let's understand all this in a simple way. When we celebrate, our body celebrates too, but in a different language. So, after the festival, the goal is to slowly retrain your system back into rhythm, physically, emotionally, and energetically. When you rest intentionally, your inflammation reduces. Muscles, they start to undergo repair. The sleep deepens. Hunger and mood hormones like leptin, ghrelin, serotonin, they find balance again. You process your emotions that build up during the social gatherings, unspoken words, overstimulation, and overjoy, even your joy exhaustion. So, this isn't detoxifying your diet, just your diet. This is about detoxifying your nervous system, your inner wiring. As I often say, festivals feed the soul but can drain the system unless we mindfully return to the center. Now, let me walk you through the 5 element hormone reset system. Each element will help your body find its home again physically, emotionally, and hormonally. First one, restore your natural body rhythm. You can do this by going to bed every day at a particular time. Say if you have to reset your sleep pattern, so you need to go to bed say around 10:30, and wake up at the consistent time, say about 6:30, because sleep is your first hormone healer. When you sleep deeply, your body restores your cortisol rhythm, detoxifies estrogen, and repairs your tissue. Here's your 3-day rhythm reset challenge. Sleep before 10:30 for 3 nights. Step into sunlight within 20 minutes of waking up. Avoid screens 1 to 1.5 hours before the bedtime. And try having clove tulsi herbal tea or ashwagandha milk before bed. You can also try journaling. What did I do to nourish my rest today? Think about it, pause for a while, and write it down. And if your sleep feels broken, you can try this simple trick. Before you go to bed, close your right nostrils with your right thumb. Inhale through your left nostril, hold, and then exhale for 6 count, till the count of 6. Repeat for 4 to 6 times. Your body automatically shifts its energy and comes into the sleep mode. It tells your body you are safe and you can rest now. Your hormones listen to your emotions more than your logic. So talk to them with love. Then another thing that you need to do in this week is rebalancing your plate, because you need to set your gut right and you need to work on your insulin sensitivity. Your hormone health starts with your gut. Overindulgence, sugar spikes, alcohol, they all have burdened your liver until now, which is your hormonal kitchen. So now let me give you a mini plan that you can follow in this week. First thing in the morning, start with cumin, fennel, coriander water, or you can simply have jeera ajwain tea. Then in your breakfast, have a protein and fiber rich diet. For example, a moong dal chila or a chutney with the chutney. And mid morning, go for a glass of charch or coconut water. Have light lunch with a khichdi, curd, sabzi, and have early and simple dinner with soup, dal, millets. Avoid sugar completely for the next 5 to 10 days. Fruits are okay. Also, add fermented foods thrice a week. Then you need to focus on adding some magnesium, omega 3, and B12 into your diet. Magnesium you can easily get from pumpkin seeds and banana. For omega 3, you can have flax seeds or chia seeds. And then for B12, you can easily find them in fortified foods. If your energy level feels low, consult your doctor. You can also have adaptogens like ashwagandha milk, as I suggested previously. Your goal is not to shrink your body, but to soothe it. Every balanced meal is a hormonal love note. Another thing that we need to focus on is rehydrating and detoxifying. So you can increase the water intake to up to 2.5 liters of water daily, and also have one detox infusion containing mint, tulsi, or ginger. Let me give you a simple recipe. Boil 5 tulsi leaves, add a pinch of ginger, simmer for 3 to 4 minutes, and sip it with honey. And here's a self care ritual that midlife women absolutely love: lymphatic drainage massage. I cannot even begin to recount the benefits of this. Let me walk you through it verbally. Sit comfortably, rub your palms together, take 3 deep breaths, and gently start by stroking down the sides of your neck around your collarbone. You can do it. So this is your collarbone. Feather light touch and gently start stroking down the sides of your neck. Do it for 5 to 7 times. Then glide from your cheek towards your ears. From under your eyes, go to your temples. From your jawline to your collarbone. Slow, gentle, rhythmic movement. This helps your lymphatic system flush the toxins and the metabolized hormones. It reduces bloating, puffiness, and the post festivities heaviness. Do it for 3 to 4 times a week, especially in the mornings. Remember, gentle is powerful. See, I'll be doing a detailed video on lymphatic drainage massage in my next segment. For wait till then, or you can do the steps that I just mentioned. Then another thing that we need to do after the festival is we need to start increasing our movement, because movement is to heal, not to punish yourself. Start with 20 minutes daily. Do some yoga, walking, and then increase to strength training twice a week. Every evening, you can also do the Viparna Kripala, where you set your legs against the wall. This pose alone helps you balance your nervous system, improve circulation, and clear the cholesterol levels. See, midlife movement is not just about losing weight; it's about maintaining vitality. You're moving to move your hormones, not to fix your body. So another thing that we need to focus on is reconnecting with our mind, because the nervous system is very gentle. It is the most underestimated hormone reset. Focus on 3 minute breath work every day. You can start by inhaling till the count of 4, hold for the next 4, and exhale for the next 6. Reduce your caffeine intake for the next 10 to 14 days. Spend 10 minutes of stillness after lunchtime, and before bed, just think, what do I want to feel tomorrow? As I said, journaling really helps. Do some gratitude practice. You can also engage in Epsom salt bath and infrared sauna. They help you to support the detox. When your mind relaxes, your adrenal glands heal. A calm mind tells your hormones that you are safe. Now close your eyes and imagine like your body is in a sacred garden. Festivals bring joy, rain, laughter brings color and abundance. Now the soil needs some rest. Breathe deeply, feel the energy returning to your core. Visualize yourself in a gentle rhythm. Sleeping early, waking up fresh, stepping out in sunlight, eating mindfully, hydrating your body, increasing your movements, smiling deeply. See, your hormones are already aligning. Your energy feels light and your mind calm. Now silently affirm, I honor my body's need to reset. I am safe. I am balanced. I am home. So, now as we close today's episode, remember this truth: returning to balance isn't about punishment after joy, it's self respect. Festivities remind us to celebrate life. The reset reminds us to sustain that joy from the place of peace. So, this week, create a Sunday reset ritual. Plan your meals, light up a candle, sip tulsi tea, and write one intention for calm productivity. And if this episode spoke to you, share it with another woman who might feel the need of post festive fatigue. Let her know she's not alone, she's not broken, and you all are beautifully recalibrating. Until next time, this is Dr. Sulbha Arya inviting you to pause, breathe, and bloom right here on Perimenopause. Stay rhythmic, stay radiant, stay rooted in you. Thank you.